everyone, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. So we are here today with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I like the graphics. I don't really know much about this. It says it's an RPG, like a narrative RPG with a card battle system. And I actually kind of like the card battle thing. I've played Ooblets and they have card battle system, and then I played Potionomics that had a card battle system. And I really liked both of those. So when I saw this, and it was on sale, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and try it out. Now there is a thing here that says content warnings. So let's check that out. Okay, so I guess some of these right here. Now I really dislike this. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be fine. I can handle it. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist is suitable for ages 13 and older. It does not contain excessive violence or explicit sex. However, it does deal with mature topics, which will be uncomfortable for some players. There are many ways to live your life on Vertumna. And just like real life, some choices can lead you to dark paths. Broadly, content warnings for the game include the following. Okay, so major character death, all this. So it does in fact seem like, actually very similar to something like The Quarry or The Devil in Me, where choices change things. I don't love animal cruelty or death, so we will do absolutely everything we can to not have that happen. I guess I could click on this and see what it says, but I kind of don't want to like spoil things for me. Like, I guess you could in fact check the spoilers to see who dies. I'm fine with character death, so it's fine. All right. But I guess if any of those things are things that you don't want to see, then I guess this would be a thing to skip. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, wake up. Warning, this game deals with mature subjects and may not be suitable for all players. Please there are content warnings. We did that. You wake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire! Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here, or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ear. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lung full of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? Oh! The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. Yeah, see, I really like the artwork in this. You were born on the stratospheric Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna 4, in the hopes they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged their cultures and traditions. They name you... Can I pick my name? I can. I don't want it to be that, though. Can I not go back? What is going on? I want to go back. Okay. Nope. I guess I have to... Okay. I'm trying to use a controller. That's where it's not happening. So I guess combination controller, keyboard sometimes. Okay, the name is changed to Heather. Okay, so it looks like you can customize all your pronouns, although do I have to okay, so they initially start them as okay. I don't want to, I mean, I guess on the, okay, so I can do the slider, I guess. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. It's fine. I don't really need to change anything else unless these automatically change. But that is kind of an interesting thing. This part, I guess, is a little weird because I'm using a controller. It's probably much easier. Yeah, much easier in this portion to use the keyboard and mouse. Let's see. You have vivid dreams of things you never experienced. Dirt under your feet. Is that what this is? Can I change my look? System, escape memories. Okay, you have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna will be like. Okay, every child on the stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first sign of your... And then I guess I get... Let's be smart. Okay. Professor Hal says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges. But when people get older, they can't absorb as much new info. Not for you. You're always learning and your curiosity knows no end. Okay. So that's what we want. I would, in fact... I wonder if I can change this or no. That must just be me. Okay. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. I guess it could be any of these. Look at that kid. Dis. Where's... This is who? Anemone. Cal. Who are you? This is Mars. So where are these other studious and mature Tangent? I don't know who they are. They're not in here. Let's do quiet and venturous. Dis. Unlike his studious twin sister, Tangent, Dis sits at the back of the classroom and doodles on his hollow palm. You bond while cracking jokes about the weird diagrams in your textbook. His quiet nature and morbid curiosity make him somewhat of a loner, but at least he has a friend in you. Yes, I like it. I want to be able to change how I look, though. Maybe I can't based on these graphics. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble, then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's going to be fine, Heather, your dad soothes. We'll be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Red emergency lights switch on as sirens begin to sound somewhere distant in the ship. Try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out the porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you try to be brave for others. Tough face. Sometimes you pretend to be confident so the people around you will be less scared. You look over at your classmate Tang and realize she's doing the same thing. She gives you a hard smile. You return it and keep focusing on your breathing. You wait. The shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too, your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant ominous squeal of metal giving away as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of déjà vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know, somehow, that everything is going to be okay. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall head first. You black out. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow, lots of them, different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship's shaking has stopped, and hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. The med bay under you plays a soft tone, and the automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. Sunlight. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere and people walking around, outside, on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Rush outside and start your new life. Let's cautiously step outside. We're supposed to be smart. Oh, cute! Adorable! Okay. Oh, Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. She's so cute. This is so cute. This is adorable. I love it. This is Dad. Heather, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Aw, you love your dad. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two, and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. What's outside the walls? Oh, don't worry about that, my dear aubergine, he says. Nothing could hurt you. We just don't want you getting lost in the big world out there. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asks. You honestly don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Open the package. How did you know this? It's exactly as you imagined, as you dreamed. A feeling of panic rises in your throat. Your hands shake. But how? Your dad notices. Are you okay, Heather? He snaps his fingers. Dr. Instance shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping meds take a while to wear off. They might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's all it is. Someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Heather, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and... He stops himself. Don't worry, we're going to fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing, in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he pointed to the large doors you came out earlier. Or you can relax in our quarters until you feel better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Heather. I love you. Unlocked study humanities and engineering. Love you too, Dad. Okay. To enter buildings, click on the door or the flag beside it, or get close and press enter or another action button. Then choose an activity for the month to gain skills and advance time. There are 13 months a year and 10 years to the end of the game. You'll only have time to focus on a few things. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess we need to go do the engineering business. Hiya, Heather. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Just snow spirals, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in medbay. She smiles her broad, gap-toothed smile at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School! I wondered where everyone was. I guess I'm going to be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. But we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you! No fair. She's getting a head start. Okay. So this is what? The garrison. A small team led by Security Chief Rhett was enough to keep the peace on the stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran the exercise gym and sports ball courts. Here on Vertumna, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have outdoor firing range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. Engineering. A low throbbing noise comes from the engineering room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from the nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Heather. So I have to pick an activity for the month. This is, what? Creativity, persuasion, stress. Biology, reasoning, stress. I think reasoning is something that I think we should probably do. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologist and up-and-coming chemist. Professor Hal welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to his hollow-projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything with opportunities to further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for the engineering classes. For today's lesson, Professor Hal tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up from surveyor's notes on the HoloNet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subgaseous swamp? What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics? Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Heather, do you have any suggestions? Let's see. Put it under a bright grow light. You lower the light so it's right over your bucket of water and plop the spore in. Every day you rush into the classroom to check on its progress. At first there's nothing, but by midweek your little mush tree shoot sprouts up and starts its journey. You raise the light gradually as it grows towards it. In the end, yours is in the middle of the pack. Since mush trees tend to grow in rainy, overcast places rather than the hot, dry ones, you wonder if you might have given it too much light. Okay. So let's see. When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. Okay. If your total in the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your cards, some challenges can't be won, but you can still get a reward for doing your best. Okay. Bonus for flushes, same color together. Bonus for pairs, same number together. The more cards in a flush, a pair, or a straight, the higher the bonus added to your total. Cards can also affect each other and can be rearranged to find the best total score. Okay, so I have to do 1. Okay, so first words, let's go ahead and pop this one in. Maybe this. This. And then this. That should do it. Okay. Because that gave us a pair and a pair. You worked well this month, +1 biology. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarters wing. Okay, so I guess I got a relationship with Tang right there. I got 5 biology, although it says +3 from the 1 challenge. Okay. +1 reasoning and 15 stress. Okay. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away. But there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stayed up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? I learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles, and Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there's a lot of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas on how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. So unlocking shoveling dirt in geoponics. Early quiet. Next month, mid-quiet. Quiet season, age 10. All right. So I guess we could... I want to see if I can find somebody else to talk to. Okay, there's Dad, there's Mom. Let's talk to other friends. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Heather, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. The spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around, could you fetch them for me? Okay, we'll be nice. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near the quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Okay. Who was I supposed to talk to? Is there a quest log? Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Heather, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars's soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets, made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. Okay, so I guess we'll go take this back to Mars. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. I ate them. Here it is. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, an administrator seeks looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, because, ew, running around there? No. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her. And then tell them I referred you. So I guess that would be this. Then this is the depot. I could talk to Tammy again real fast. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, your entire life. Back on the ship, you were her study partner. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. No matter how hard she tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up hopefully when she sees you. Hello, Heather. I was hoping you could help me with some homework. Sure, we want to make friends. But that got our smarts down a little bit. Huh. Oh, thank you. She bounces up and down. You spend a couple hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat and one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets the answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though sometimes you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. Okay, so I guess I lost a little bit of reasoning there. And there is this girl. We have not seen everybody else yet. I wonder if this gets bigger or if this is it. There's our friend. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.